Today we're taking a tour of the local radio station. Welcome to Erewash Sound. We're going to be taking a look around the studios
it's all sitting
and be
there ready
told
to go on.
a little bit about behind the scenes. So without further ado, here is Erewash Sound.
These two rooms are actual studios. That one there is the usual live studio, and that young lady sitting there will be broadcasting at the moment. So there's probably music going at the moment, but when she opens the microphone, you'll see this red light will come on, and she'll then be talking.
So this is Erewash Sound, essentially, these three screens. We've got two studios, they're both exactly the same, and this is the radio station, essentially.
So as a presenter, you'd sit there and you've got three screens. The middle one is actually got the records on it that you're going to play, and the red lines are actual songs. The yellow lines are adverts, typically, and then there's some green ones, which is the news, etc.
Yeah, and sweepers and station bits and bobs.
Sweepers are what we call jingles. Right. So it talks about beds or whatever. These are radio terms, but you used to call them jingles. With a little
Sting, that's my favourite radio term.
Is it?
Yeah. It comes at the end of a song. It sounds scary, but yeah, no, it's just...
This screen here has got the library on it, where we can actually find tracks that we're looking for.
And half of it's the gold mine, isn't it, Kevin?
Isn't it wrong in that?
It has grown a bit since I've been here, I must admit. Yeah, there is a fair bit more 60s and 70s than there used to be. Yeah,
It's not a bad thing.
but it also shows the presenter information about the individual record he's playing. So if he's not had time to do some research, he can get a quick bit of info.
So this is just Take You Dancing by Jason Derulo, which you play on the gold mine a lot, I know.
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
All the information you could possibly ever need about Jason Derulo and his tattoos and everything. Like I say, this is the log, and it is, I mean, we make it seem hard. It's like a glorified CD player. You just press one button and it carries on and on.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's really easy.
It's
Kevin,
years
really
of training.
easy,
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing that everyone always likes to know is that we're not as clever as we look. In that, you know when, and I'm not sure, Kevin, you probably do this as well, so I'm going to reveal your secrets. But you know when you're talking on the radio and the presenter always hits the intro perfectly. It's not skill, it's not knowledge, because the system just simply counts us down.
You see that green
So
line?
that line there, so I know that in 8 seconds she's going to
The music's going to start. So you keep talking until about 2 or 1, and then away you go. But there is a skill. There is a skill to it, and Lewis is good at it, because you don't want to stop your sentence mid-sentence when that runs out. So you've got the time.
Yeah, you've got to be ready for it.
You've got to time your voice and what you're going to say.
You can tell when I'm doing it because I get louder. And this is what I'm supposed to say. And then just...
louder and faster.
Yeah. And then the right-hand screen is actually the internet. So if somebody's sending messages in on Facebook or whatever, or text, then we get those messages on that
that's
screen.
Your computer, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's that one there. Now you'll notice another screen at this end, and that's for the producer. So Heather's my producer. She would sit at this end.
Yeah.
She's got a copy of the log, and she can see what's coming up next. And I'll sometimes say, oh, we've got a request for X, Y, Z or whatever. When somebody puts a request in, you can't just play it. You've got to take something out to put that one in. So first thing I'll look and say, well, that one's 2 minutes 30, and then Heather will dive in and try and find a 2 minute 30 one that she can take out so that we can insert the request. Because it's all got to finish bang on the news.
And when the studio's live, obviously this studio's not live, but they're literally identical, those screens. So as soon as you make a change in there, it changes it here. So they're all connected together as one. You can see how long Kevin's got to speak from there and all of that. It counts you down and everything, which is cool.
Yeah, and we've got these in here. They've got monitor speakers there, and there the speakers are up on the wall. But when we're not speaking, the music comes through. When you open the microphone,
I'll show you. So that's what's happening next door. And when you open the mic, everything goes red.
Everything goes red, and the music disappears, and then you can only hear it on your headphones. And then as soon as you close the microphone, then the studio goes green again, and you can hear the music through the speakers.
We also get yellow lights, which if you don't know about them, like I didn't when I
look,
was
the door's
starting
just
out.
wrong.
There we go.
So that's an
Doorbell.
interesting thing. So because the door's open, you can hear it. But obviously in a radio studio, you can't have a doorbell. So we have a light. That's our doorbell instead of a ding dong because.
And same with the phone. So you can't have a phone ring, obviously.
No.
Instead, we have a yellow that shows up here, and then this
And
flashes
all
yellow.
these lights change multicolour when the phone rings.
And when I started here, I did Sunday nights 9 until 11. No one told me about the phone, or maybe they did, and I just wasn't listening. So the first time the phone rang because someone forgot their keys,
That's the
There you
thing.
go.
it scares the crap out of you at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I remember the first time it happened to me. I was working live and the lights all started flashing. I thought, it's all going wrong. What's happened?
It's a true test if you can sort of
and then you
make it
can't-
sound like nothing's gone wrong.
Yes,
So
yeah.
like, yeah, it's all good. I'm just, you know.
And things
just
do
wrong.
go wrong. I mean, yes, yeah, it's very easy. It don't go very wrong for Lewis because he's so skilled at it. But sometimes you can,
Never heard it.
sometimes you can push the wrong button, you know, and you get the wrong record on. Or the worst thing, what we call a double bounce. When you hit the button, and you get two records playing at the same time.
Because you don't think it's played, and then you go again, and then you realise it's just because it has a quiet intro.
Yeah.
And you've got two songs playing at once.
Yeah.
We style it out, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just busk it and, until it's everything sorts itself out. Because the actual machine itself, there's little grey lines across the bottom of that log, and that tells you whether you are so many minutes under or over for the news. Yeah, and that says minus
Absolute time.
155.
It tells you what time you're going to finish.
That,
It needs to go
that
to-
minus 155 means you've got 1 minute and 55 seconds of talk time.
So I'm on
In between
Gems on a
whatever you
Thursday
play
night,
before
so
the
that's
news is
7 till
coming
9 is the local music show.
And that
then I
will
do
diminish
Sundays
as
5
you
until
use that
7,
time
which
up.
is just
And if you talk too long, it'll go
on air,
plus.
yeah.
Then you've got a
which is brilliant.
problem,
And then
because
I
your news is
started
going to come in before
uni last
your
year, so I was
music's
doing
finished.
news radio as well.
So
Which is
then
quite
you have to
different-
take a record
different
out
sort of
and put a shorter
atmosphere,
one
'cause
in.
they don't have news,
Or
so
you
pretty much
need
just
to
play what
talk
you want.
for a
So many
length of
shows
time to
leak
make
into
up
the
the
next show, and I'm like, Kieran.
You just get used to it.
But yeah, do you have any questions for the three of us? No?
No.
Okay, you don't have to.
Right.
Means we did our job right.